the Honourable Rohit Shah. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Honourable Prime Minister, the Honourable Ministers, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition, and Honourable Members of Parliament. Good morning and namaste to you all. I rise this morning to contribute towards my support to His Excellency, the President's gracious speech for the opening of 2020-2021 session of Parliament. Firstly, I would like to sincerely thank His Excellency Major General Retired Chowdhury Conrate for the realistic overview of the country he has provided us. This indeed at a time when the global community is challenged to find realistic solutions to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Speaker, sir, COVID-19 remains a challenge to the health and well-being of the nation and to our health system as a whole. The robust measures with the accompaniment of an effective strategy yielded good results. Most importantly, however, is the strong, decisive and unifying leadership that our Honourable Prime Minister has provided to the nation. Coupled with the leadership is the recovery and social protection measures that were immediately put in place to stem the tide of a potential economic collapse. From small businesses to households, the protection packages contributed in maintaining livelihood in the context of reduced employment and productivity. There is no doubt that the challenge was enormous, but equally significant lessons have been learned from the COVID pandemic to lead to further strengthening of the health system to withstand another health crisis. Mr. Speaker, sir, indeed COVID-19 has had and continues to have negative effects on us all. However, it has at the same time provided a context in which we have tested our health system, public health regulations, and the fortitude of citizens to respond to crisis. There is no better time to make good use of the opportunity provided by government in educating our children than now. The Fiji First government has invested a lot in our education system with the objective to advance Fiji to a level that is on par with the developed world. We want Fiji to be an educated country with high literacy rate, to be in the forefront in research and development, to be the centers for businesses and finance, and to consolidate our position as a leader, especially in the Pacific region. That vision can only be achieved if we invest our resources, our time, and our efforts towards the education of our children. Their children or their education should be our priority. Therefore, I urge you all in this august house for your continued support. Let us give them the best we can, as they will replace us and will continue our legacy to their children and to their children's children for future generations. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fiji First government believes in true democracy, transparency, equality without any form of discrimination, such as gender, race, color, and ethnicity. And it is this faith, held by every Fijian, provided through vast array of political, civil, and socio-economic rights enshrined in our Constitution, and the government's commitment towards a bright and secured future for all. I believe there have been prudent and disciplined financial decisions made to ensure that we achieve a balance in terms of expenditure and revenues and investments with strong relationships with development partners along with extreme climate vulnerabilities we face. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fiji First government has always invested in our people by caring for those that are vulnerable, building resilience to worsening climate change impact, empowering the disadvantaged, and giving all our people a fair shot at success in our economy. There are tremendous efforts being made by the Fiji First government in looking after our oceans and the protection of our marine resources. We would like to have our oceans free from plastic, overfishing, and industrial dumping. Mr. Speaker, sir, our 2013 Constitution is a landmark achievement for a great nation that has ensured we all are equal and at the same time quarantine opportunities for all. It has also laid a solid foundation for the future growth and progress of our nation. It has also given great hope to our younger generation to forge ahead with much vigor and enthusiasm, as this great Constitution supports them in every way. Mr. Speaker, sir, as rightly pointed out by His Excellency, that our rural development programs are on the forefront of the government agenda. More roads, bridges, roadside stalls have been built to ensure our citizens get better access to our towns and cities for the purpose of business and also doing business in the locality. Mr. Speaker, sir, in an unprecedented scale, our landowners have been engaged to ensure that their land is used productively, thus benefiting their own communities and households. It has also given them opportunity to actively participate in the nation's economic growth. Our leap towards technological advancement to digitize Fiji has been embraced with open arms by our responsible citizens. It has provided great platform for our young entrepreneurs to do business in a smart way. Mr. Speaker, sir, our relatively, though small economy has maintained a steady growth. Our role as honourable members of this august House is to give positive feedback to the members of the public who are curious to know about the developments in our economy. As rightly pointed out by His Excellency, that we must not politicize our economy. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is noteworthy to say that our younger generation has seized the opportunity to start new business, taking advantages of the many tailor-made initiative policies and programs that has contributed to our nation's economic growth. As we have played a pivotal role in climate change issues, and our Honourable Prime Minister has gained respect and adoration not only in the Pacific region but on a global scale as well. Currently, the public consultations on our climate change bill is underway. We must, as members, present to the public and make their voices heard before the bill is finalised and tabled in Parliament. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a member of this august House, therefore, I appeal to all members to join hands together by disseminating our President's message honestly and truthfully to our people, if we are genuine in taking our nation forward. Gone are the days when we lie to people about the truth, and let us work responsibly as members of Parliament for the betterment of our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, finally, I believe we can take our nation to new heights if we are united and work together. Thank you, Vinakabakalevu, Dhanyawad, and Namaste.
I thank the Honourable Rohit Sharma for his contribution.